Hi. Hello, everybody. It's time to talk. GOT7 ticketing. Yes, it is. I'm going to give a moment for everybody to get in, people to join. I just started up the stream, and I don't plan on it being a super long stream because I forgot to put water beside me. So I'm not going to be able to talk forever. And I've also popped my jaw, which makes speaking and opening my mouth very wide painful. But hey, Lucy, how are you? But today we're going to be talking a little bit about GOT7 ticketing, which is going to be coming up very, very soon. So yeah. Hi! You want to go to the Dallas show? And you hope that you can? Thank you. I will feel better. So I guess let's just jump right into some of the basics with this upcoming tour. So, GOT7 announced their tour. It was what now? 2 weeks ago. They announced it with the announcement of the upcoming album. And the tour is called Keep Spinning. It starts in Seoul, but right after Seoul, it is jumping over to the US. And we don't have a whole lot of time. It is US and Canada up first, followed by then Mexico, and then they continue on with the tour. It is very soon, very quick, and tickets go on sale this coming Friday. So let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen so y'all can see it. And I'm going to try to snap back and forth and look at questions, but for the moment, I can't see questions once I switch over the screen. So let me go ahead and switch this over and let's take a look at this. So as you can see, this is the current schedule for this is it's showing right now the North American stop. It's also showing Germany, but let's just start off with the first show stateside is going to be on June 27th. It will be done in Newark at the Prudential Center. On June 30th, they will be going up to Toronto at the Scotiabank Arena. They will be doing the next show. That is a Sunday. The following show will be at Dallas at American Airlines Center, which is a very large arena in Dallas. And that will be on July 3rd. That is a Wednesday, the day before 4th of July. And then on July 6th, they will be doing a show in California, in LA. They will be doing it at the Forum, which is where they did the LA stop last year as well. That is on July 6th, which is a Saturday. And then after that, they will be doing the next show at in Oakland, California. So that's up in San Francisco on July 10th, which is a Wednesday. So those are the dates that they are going to be doing here. Then they will be going down to Mexico and doing a show on July 13th. And I believe that is the same venue that they were at last time, Palacio de los Deportes. So, yes. Those are the dates for North America. Tickets go on sale very, very soon. As you can see, the tickets go on sale on Friday for pretty much all of North America. It is a very, very quick thing. And it is being run by Live Nation. Because it's being run by Live Nation handles things a little bit differently. And in this case, according to them, they are not going to be releasing their tickets prices until on sale, which is Friday at 4 p.m. You can safely assume that the tickets are probably going to be between about $60 up to, depending on what they are adding in, I would say the VIP package, which we're going to be talking about in a moment, up to, that's probably going to be around $300, maybe $350. Let's actually talk about the VIP package real quick. So the VIP package for GOT7 this time around, it's very, very straightforward. There's not much to it. So there is just one package, the gold premium ticket package that includes the 1 premium reserved price level 1 ticket to the show, which is, so you have to have a ticket. It comes with a laminate and a lanyard. It comes with a specially designed GOT7 VIP gift pack exclusive to VIP package purchasers. Doesn't say what is going to be in that gift pack, so no idea there. And then it also comes with 1 limited edition GOT7 VIP poster that will be numbered, which means it just means that whatever poster it is, it'll have a number on the back. That's like its way of authenticating things. There will also be pre-show tour merchandise shopping opportunity, which pretty much means that likely you'll be let into the venue early and you'll have access to the tour merch first ahead of other people. And then it says on-site VIP host. I have no idea what that means. I just don't know. Yeah, that I've never seen before, but yeah. So I'm going to switch it back to my face, but considering what is in those packages, I don't think it's going to be super expensive. You don't know why they wouldn't have ticket prices ahead of time. So I don't think that you'll have an issue with the handicap sections and everything because they will still have those available. They're just not letting you know where, like, what the prices are going to be. When you check out, you'll still be able to find those seats. And the way that the map is labeled, the handicap seats are actually very clearly labeled. So that should not be an issue for you. The prices is a different story. Them not releasing prices is something that they've done before. They did release the prices for twice, but they never said that they weren't going to release the prices for twice ahead of time. For GOT7, they have said that they're not releasing them until they go on sale. Am I going? Yes, I am planning on going to at least one of the shows, hopefully 2. That has dropped down from 3, but I need to be realistic. And unfortunately, the fact that the tour is coming on so quickly, at least for the US side and for the pricing and everything, getting around is going to be quite expensive, in particular because I have to come back. I actually already had a vacation plan during some of the dates, so I know for sure that I will not be going to Dallas, and I will not be going to LA. I will be on vacation, a vacation that was planned a few weeks ago because we had no dates, and I didn't think that they would announce things this quickly for dates when that happened. We had actually waited to put in the vacation, but yeah, unfortunately, I will not be going to Dallas and LA, which are the 2 easiest shows for me to actually go to. So it is what it is. I am planning on going to the Newark show, which is home for me. So I will get to see my parents and such. So I will be going to the Newark show, most likely. And then I'm trying to figure out if I will be doing one of the other shows. I did already book a hotel for Toronto because logistics-wise, going to the Toronto show is the next easiest for me. However, it might end up in the long run being cheaper for me to do the San Francisco show. So I'm still up in the air as to whether I will be going to Toronto or to Oakland. It really all depends on, 1, what my friends end up doing, and 2, what tickets I manage to get. Can I predict what the most expensive ticket is? The reason why is because you and your friend want to go, but you want to know what... So I believe that the most expensive base price ticket is going to be $250. That is my guess, that it will be $250. However, and I'm going to say a big old however, there is the VIP package. And with that VIP package, I honestly, with my whole heart, believe that that will put the technical highest seats, because that may push push them up a little bit higher, and I think those might end up being somewhere between $300 and $325 for a ticket before taxes. So I think on the low end for the high-end ticket, if that makes any sense, it's going to be $250 plus taxes, which is going to put you at right around $300. Or it might actually bump you all the way up to close to $400, because I don't believe that the VIP package is going to be extremely expensive. I don't think it's going to be more expensive than $100 additional on top of the $250, simply because it does not include, there's no sound check, there is no high touch, there's no photo op, there's no additional benefit to it. It's just some extra merch. So I don't believe that extra VIP gold package is going to cost more than $100 on top of the base $250, if that makes any sense to you guys. As for how those tickets, how that VIP package will work, I'm not 100% sure, but typically the way that the VIP packages end up working is they are actually lumped in with the seat. So you select your seat, and either there's one of two things that happens. Either you select your seat and you're then able to, on checkout, select if you would like the VIP package, if it's still available, or it is done by, there will be different, when you go and look at the seat map, there will be items that will be marked slightly differently. Like they will have a star, or they will have a different icon that different than the standard circle, which allows you to know that is a VIP or a special seat, one that has that VIP pricing. And then you can select that. Okay. So all of these venues, I also want to mention, are going to be through Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster has a new system. Their new system is rough. And when I say that their new system is rough, I mean you don't have a lot of leeway. With the way that the new system is, you'll be let into the room. Hi, how are you? So you'll be let into the actual room. So when you go to Ticketmaster right now, you'll see a list with a time as it's ticking down. If you go to that page, you'll just see the time. When it gets closer to the actual event, when the actual on sale goes on, I should say, it will change. And there will be what is called a pre-queue. If you haven't dealt with the pre-queue, then you're lucky. If you haven't dealt with a pre-queue, that also might mean you're not lucky because you don't know what to expect. But I'm going to run that down just a little bit for you right now. So with the pre-queue, in order to join the actual pre-queue, there will be an actual little box that says join the pre-queue. So when you go to the ticket page now, you just have a time ticker. When it gets to the point where the pre-queue will open, there will all of a sudden become a button that says join the pre-queue. The trick is it will not automatically put that button on your screen when it is time to join the pre-queue, once you're able to join that pre-queue. Okay? So that means that when it gets to be about a half an hour prior to the ticket on sale, you will need to regularly refresh your window until you see the join the pre-queue. Okay? You have to refresh your window so you get that message so that you can join the queue. If you do not join the queue when the tickets go on sale and you just leave it and let the time tick down, when the time ticks down, you will automatically be added to the end of the queue after everybody who's already joined the pre-queue. Okay? So that means you're automatically going to be on the end of the list if you do not join the pre-queue. Yes, this is going to stay up on my channel. It'll just be a regular video that will be up there, so you'll be able to go back and watch this if you need to. But so once it becomes time, about a half an hour before, refresh until you get the option to join that pre-queue. Okay? Once you join the pre-queue, you hit that button and join the pre-queue, do not refresh. Do not refresh. It will sit there and you will be fine. The time will continue to tick down. Actually, when you hit the join the pre-queue, usually it'll make you do a CAPTCHA at that point in time. So you do your CAPTCHA and then you just sit in the pre-queue, the waiting room that they have. With this pre-queue, I can tell you with wholehearted, do not forget to join and do not refresh out. If you refresh out, refreshing the page once you're in the pre-queue is not the end of the world. However, it can mess up your spot in the queue. Okay? It's not a big deal if like the page crashes, which it can sometimes while you're waiting in the pre-queue. Just refresh it. You should be able to join back in. The same goes for the app. With the app, you can join the pre-queue once that pre-queue room opens. Join it. Sometimes the app will crash. Reopen the app and you should be right back into that queue. Okay? There in the queue, you're going to wait. And it does not matter if you joined the instant the queue opened or you joined 3 minutes before the queue opened and on sale started. It doesn't matter at all. Once you're in that queue, when the actual time goes in for you to actually buy tickets, you will be randomly assigned a position in the queue. So you can sign in. I've actually seen it where I've had a friend helping me that joined the queue like 5 minutes before on sale started, and she got through the queue before I did, where I joined the queue the instant it opened right at the half an hour mark. So do not worry. Don't worry. There's nothing that you can do. You join the queue and you literally just have to wait. What'll happen is once on sale starts, your little man is going to be on the screen. And if you're really lucky, he's going to run right across the street, just if you're not so lucky, it's going to take time for him to tick down. And the way that the queue will work is that it'll automatically say that there are 3,000, there are 2,000 people ahead of you. And if you notice, the number will say 2,000 plus. The only time that you're actually dealing with an actual specific number is after it gets down and it starts ticking down after the 2,000 mark. You'll see like there's 1,846 people in front of you. There's 513 people in front of you. And you'll see that tick down until you are entered into the room. While you're waiting for your little man to go across the screen, honestly, there's really nothing that you can do except for hope that it gets through quickly. There's no refreshing. You do not want to refresh because you may end up throwing yourself back to the end of the line. There's just nothing that you can do. You can just wait, try your best to relax, and hope that you get in quickly. Okay? Once you get into the room, say you're lucky, you get in, and it doesn't say that there's no more tickets available, which has happened to me before. But you get in, and you can get to tickets. The way that the ticketing system works is it will list, you'll see a big view of all of the entire arena, and then you can zoom in on the sections and select your seats. If there are no seats available, it will be grayed out. If there are seats available, it will be blue. It's similar to if you try to look for tickets now on some random show that isn't sold out. You'll see blue indicates that there's available seats. And then you will see individual little circles that are colored in. If they're not gray, they're available. And you can select those seats, okay? When you select the seats, you'll select it, say you want it, and then if it's still available, then you'll go to checkout. A lot of times what will happen is you'll go to select a seat, and it'll say, a fan has already beat you to it. Please select again. With With Ticketmaster, it is actually nice enough that when this happens, it will deselect your seat, so you don't have to go back in, deselect, and then reselect a new one. It'll just deselect it, and you'll go select another one. One of the problems with this is that the map does not refresh every single time you do this. It will refresh periodically throughout, but it's not going to do it every time you get this man beat you to the seat. So keep note of which seats you've tried and which are not coming up as available anymore, because you don't want to keep selecting the same seat when you know that it's already taken. So you want to select your seat, do everything you can, and go for your seat. Truthfully, yes, the main goal is do not refresh. Refreshing is your absolute last choice. There are some situations where you do need to refresh, where once you're in this main page, if it gets stuck on a spinning window and you're not seeing anything progress, then yes, give it a moment to try to sort itself out. But if you're seeing that it's taking like 15, 20, 30, a minute for it to do anything, refresh, because that means it's probably stuck. And if you refresh quickly, it should actually jump you back into the room that you're already in and see that you are already in and let you go on from there. But while you're waiting in the queue, while you're waiting for things to happen, do try to avoid refreshing at all costs. But so you'll select a seat, and if you're lucky, you'll get through. If not, you'll have to keep trying to select seats. My personal tip on what I do, and I'm giving this to you guys, even though it's more competition for me, but a lot of people are going to go for seats in the very first row. People want first row, obviously. But if you go for that first row seat or those first few row seats that are available and you see that, hey, it's not coming through, a lot of people are probably trying to get those same exact seats. So what I like to do is I like to find the section that I'm in and that I want to get, at least I should say. And I'll actually go for one of the seats that's actually further back in the row, that might be a few rows back and isn't the first seat that's available, but a few rows back, or one that's deeper in the group. And what I found is that people tend to not be trying to go for those seats right away. So it's a little bit easier for me to snag a seat that way. Just my tip, as if you're not like pressed on being like the very first, absolutely as close as you possibly can, I personally want to make sure that I want to get the seat in the section that I want, and I'm not pressed exactly with what particular seat. One other thing to note that's really, really important is that Ticketmaster, and this is really dumb, but Ticketmaster has outright said that they prefer let me say this. They believe that most people do not like to buy tickets by themselves. Thus, they prefer when people buy tickets in pairs. Granted, this means that they essentially want people to resell things, which makes sense on their end because, hey, they make money off of resale. So, but if there is so it's kind of like when you go to a movie theater and buy a ticket. When you want to sit by yourself, you want to get one ticket, and there are two seats available next to each other, they will not let you get those seats. Not always. They will if you go to try to get both of them, they should let you. The reason being is they want to try to avoid single seats as much as possible because they think they're harder to sell. So they are going to try to get you to do anything to try to keep from having individual seats left alone. So that means they might try to buy more than one seat if you want a particular spot. So that is something to keep in mind. I don't know why there's this mentality that nobody wants to go to shows alone, that they're going to be harder to sell, but that is the way that the system works. And they will put preference on two seats over one, and they won't let you, well, I'm not going to say they won't let you at all, but they won't always let you buy a seat if it's going to make another seat be by itself. Sometimes you can, though. sitting farther away, you're going to see the show no matter what, especially if there's no benefits. Like if there's no benefits, you want to see the guys. That is the ultimate goal. And if buying a really expensive ticket is going to put more strain on you, then don't. Like, you're going to have a good view. So sit a little bit further away, save a little money, and just enjoy the show. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. Usually I go for the highest tier ticket. But if there's no benefits this time around, I very well may just get slightly lower tier tickets so that way I can go to more shows. So that way I can do additional shows and not worry about it. Me paying the extra price was for the benefits. I want to see the show. So if I can go see the show more times by getting a less expensive ticket, that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, that is just my personal opinion. I want to see the boys. If I can see them more by getting lower price tickets, then hey, that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, I think I've gone over everything for the most part about getting through the ticket queue. If you have if you have like payment information, it's usually best to have that payment information in ahead of time. Yes, you can have multiple people log into your account on different things. I will say, as far as having multiple people logging in, you do want to make sure, and I'm going to hammer this in, do not log in to the same account. And to be honest, I think I would just avoid just Ticketmaster in general, whether you're on the same account or not. Don't log into Ticketmaster on the same device, okay? This is one of those situations with Ticketmaster where you want to have multiple devices. Log in on your laptop, log in on your phone. If you have an iPad, log in on your iPad. Get a friend to help. You can log into the same account on all of those different devices. I literally myself will log in I'll be on 4 different devices, all logged into the same account. I'll have my friends logged in on my account, log into my account, and that's it. Log into my account, it's fine. Don't do it on the same device. They have said that there's issues with the same device. I have seen we're getting kicked out. It gets messy. It can get messy. And I've also seen myself where I was logged in on the same machine on 2 different browser windows. And what ended up happening was on the 2 different browser windows, they ended up mimicking each other. So I guess it saw that I was on the same machine and it put me in the queue in the same exact spot on that same machine. Now my phone and my other computer, they were completely fine, but it did put me in the same spot. So don't log in on the same device. Different devices, as many as you need, you can all log into the same account. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions about anything. I've somehow managed to go on for like a half an hour talking about this. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about the ticketing, now is the time to hit me up with them questions. Hit me with the questions. I'm going to look to see if anybody has any questions on Twitter too. But yeah, it's really not that bad to get the tickets done, but it does take persistence. It takes patience with this. And honestly, there's really not much that you can do in the queue. So let me know if you've got any questions. Because yeah, the show is going to be a lot of fun. Spinning Top, we're going to see, so since they were here last, we're going to get Lullaby, we're going to get the repack era, we're going to get this new Spinning Top era. So So you're not going to go because it's Dallas. Yeah. Usually I would go to Dallas. I live in Austin, so I'm kind of like in the middle-ish of everything. It's going to be 3 hours no matter what. But my vacation is literally during Dallas. So the easiest show for me to get to, I cannot go to. So no matter what, any of the other shows I'm going to have to fly to. So it is what it is. But Houston was messy and slightly traumatic. I'm not going to erase this. It's going to be up here. It will sit up here and wait. So yeah, it'll just be there. You can always go back and reference it. But yeah, ticketing should be interesting. Like I said, the map. Oh, one thing that I didn't mention before is that sometimes when you get in to the actual, to the area where you can actually select your seat, sometimes it can be really, really scary because the app will freeze. And sometimes you have to actually close out of the app and reopen it. And it'll bring you back to it should bring you back to exactly where you were. But sometimes it will freeze while you're trying to zoom in to a section to select a seat. So just remember, always give it a few seconds to try it, but don't be too worried. And you're welcome for the info. This is what I'm here for. I do ticketing way too often for me to not try to help when I can. But yeah, it's a messy process dealing with everything related to getting these tickets. And it's going to be rough, and we're not going to know prices, but we are going to do what we can do, and that is just hold your hearts. One thing that you can do also is if you're waiting to get in, I would do this. Especially if you're on a computer, maybe harder if you're doing it purely on a phone, but when the tickets go on sale, people will likely post what the prices are, what price ranges that they're actually seeing. So if you're one of those people that's maybe not instantly lucky of getting immediately in, you should be able to see the ticket prices. Same for if you're not buying a show for the Newark or the Toronto. Once the Newark and Toronto go, you have some time to get for Dallas to know what the prices are going to be like. You're going to have some time for LA and San Francisco to know what those prices are going to be. So by the time you get to those shows that are going to be on the West Coast, people will know what those prices, what that price range is going to be. But like I said, I honestly expect it to be on the higher end. It's possible, and I'm not going to say that it's not. It's totally possible that the ticket prices might not be quite as expensive since there are no benefits added in, but there's no way that we can know. There's no way that we can know. So last time they did announce prices, they announced seating charge, all the stuff that we're not getting this time. But last time it was run by Subculture. This time it is being run by Live Nation. Subculture will be helping with the tour, but they are not the primary ones on the tour this time. It is Live Nation this time. So Live Nation, they're doing Twice. They're the ones who just did BTS. They've been doing more and more of the larger tours, particularly the ones that are in arenas. Just most likely because they have more experience with handling places like that. So you've never been to a concert before, so you're a beginner. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it too much. Like I said, you get in, you select it. Don't second guess yourself too much. I watched one video of a girl who was buying tickets, and it really hurt my heart because she started second guessing herself, what ticket she wanted, and all of that second guessing and releasing the ticket, hoping to get something better. She ended up losing her ticket, which was a pretty decent ticket, and then she never got anything quite as good. And it hurt my heart because when you find a ticket and you find a ticket that you want and it is in your price range, you just grab it. You don't question it. If you need to trade later, you can deal with it. If you want to switch tickets, sell it, deal with it later. If you can afford the ticket, you want that ticket, just get it. Don't hesitate. That's all I can say. Don't hesitate. But I'm going to go ahead and head out now because it is getting a bit late. If you have any other questions for me, go ahead and just hit me up on Twitter. I'm on Twitter all the time. Leave a comment here. I will respond to those too. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, bye, bye. Ooh, NSYNC. NSYNC is awesome.